feel like it was probably just a fear that I wasn't good enough and that I couldn't do it. I've found so much benefit lately in writing lists throughout the day so that I can like check items off. It feels so like rewarding for me. It makes me actually want to finish things. So when I write it down, I see it there and I'm like, yes, I want to tick this off. And there's like a sense of satisfaction in that makes me do the thing. And it had me realizing or bringing light to the fact that I have a lot of projects that are 99% complete. So I do a lot of knitting, and when I'm doing my knitting, I work really hard on the project. I'll undo it so many times. Like this piece I undid twice and completely re-knitted it, I think, at least twice. And then I get to the 99% stage of where it's almost done, and then I completely freak out that I'm gonna stuff it up. And I just don't finish it. So there's like a box of wool and unfinished projects because I worry that in that last 1%, I'm gonna mess it all up and it's not gonna be right. And I just don't finish it, which I think plays a bigger part in my life than just unfinished craft projects. So hopefully this is my new laptop cover that I've been making. So it's done, it's cast off. All I have to do is stitch this seam together at the top, and then I've bought toggles to stick on. So I'll just make some loops so that I can close it, and it'll so the toggles will sit there, one on each side, and I'll be able to latch it kind of closed, and then my laptop will live in this. So hopefully by the end of this video, I'll add a little extra bit that will show you that I've finished this, because it's on my list today to make me do it. Because I'm hoping that even though I have this fear of completing things, my joy of ticking things off a list will counteract that, and I'll actually be able to get it done. And I think the way I see this playing a bigger part in my life as well is that I don't really dive in on things because I'm worried that I won't finish it. So even like bigger life choices, I was talking last week about following my intuition, and I think I don't always follow through on that because I don't trust myself to finish it. And I've tried a lot of things in life. I was a makeup artist, so I completed that training, and then it came time to get a job. I did a few weddings, I did some fashion shows, and then the story I told myself was that I didn't want to work in the industry because it was a really bitchy industry and I didn't want to be part of that and contribute to that, which is true. And like, I don't even wear makeup today, so today it's not aligned, but I feel like it was probably just a fear that I wasn't good enough and that I couldn't do it. And I was teaching for a while, studied teaching, and dropped out of that degree with the story that if I was going to be a teacher, I didn't like the way the schooling system was in Australia, and I didn't like the curriculum that we taught. And so I was going to have to go in and change the curriculum and somehow work with the government to change the way we do schooling in Australia. And because it just didn't align with me, and that felt too hard and too impossible. And so I just dropped out, even though I would have been an amazing teacher and I probably could have made big changes. I just freaked out and didn't do it. So I didn't take the action. And I feel like this fear holds me back in so many areas of life and stops me from taking action. And I've signed up to a few things recently just to test following my intuition, because that's a phase or stage that I'm at the moment, is to really work on building my own intuition and my own self-belief and not having to see the way it's going to work out. So yesterday I started a weaving course with this lovely lady that lives about half an hour away from me, and spent 4 hours there learning how to set up a loom, which took me 4 hours. I'll put a photo up here of what it looks like and what I achieved in 4 hours. But even in just that learning stage, I could see a world in which I'd set up projects, I'd start projects, and then I'd freak out in the last 1% and I wouldn't finish it and I wouldn't take it off the loom. and I'd be worried about messing it all up. And it's just such an interesting way of doing life. Like, am I just not going to do this thing because I'm worried that I won't finish it, or I'm worried that it won't be perfect? And I heard a saying once, I'm not sure who it was from, but done is better than perfect, which is really hard for me because I also do have perfectionist tendencies, which you've probably already figured out. And I think that comes from doing a lot of baking as a kid as well. We did a lot of competitive baking, which sounds so weird, but it was, a school holiday thing. We'd enter it in the like local show, and we would enter like every category. We were in it to win it. We had to win. And it was just a lot of pressure on a kid to have the perfectly baked cupcake or perfectly decorated cake, and if it wasn't right, we had to do it again. And I'm sure there was a lot of value in learning that, but it also was a lot of pressure. And I've gained perfectionist tendencies from that, which hasn't served me very well. And I'm sure there is a way in which it could serve me well, but it has not. Another thing that I have joined up to, which I don't see how this is going to play out in my life. Like, I get glimpses of what it could look like, but it's scary. And I've dabbled a little bit, again, just for my own benefit. And the reason I'm leaning into this is for my own benefit. So basically, I've signed up to do a yoga teacher training, specifically in yin yoga, which is a somatic trauma-informed style. And I'm doing this so that I can regulate my own nervous system and that I can get a better understanding of what certain poses do, how they affect our nervous system, learn the Chinese meridians, and what I can do to support myself. Because I have this belief that we need to be supporting ourselves more and working on our own nervous systems more and learning how to regulate ourselves. And so I want to be able to do that for myself. And then maybe what I see is that I can then guide people in how to do that for themselves, so that we're not all walking around so highly stressed and so anxious and not following lives that we want to follow and not living how we want to be living. So I guess, yes, I see a way to use this, but I don't know what that looks like. And it's a big commitment. It was a big financial commitment, and my partner and I are really in this space of trying to build a solid wealth. I don't even know how to word it. Just to build our wealth and to take a big chunk of that out to put into yoga teacher training, that I can't solidly say this is how I'm going to use it, or that I am even going to use it. Like, I'm purely just doing this for my own benefit right now and to support myself, which is great and amazing, but it's scary and it's a lot of pressure for us, especially we've got a lot of interstate travel coming up potentially, which when you live on a little island all adds up because you've always got to fly or catch a boat. So it's scary, but the reason I did it was because it just felt so right. I was like, this is what I want to learn. I want to learn how to do this. And I've done yoga teacher training. 2 years ago, I did a live-in yoga mentorship where I went with another friend and we stayed at our friend's house and learned yoga. And we did that, I think we did that like 5 times or something. I can't remember how many times. And we learned how to sequence and we learned how to guide yoga. And it was beautiful and I loved it. I just haven't used it further. And I've had my own yoga practice, I reckon, for like, I want to say nearly 20 years. I've been doing my own yoga practice at home, and I am pretty committed to doing it like every day, if not yoga, then Pilates. So I think this is a beautiful way to support myself. I have visions of things, like specific things that I could see happening in the future, but I don't want to put that pressure on it. And I just want to go in with a curious mind and learn it for me and teach myself how to regulate my nervous system and be a better human for my partner and I'd say friends, but I don't really have any friends here because we don't know anyone. I have friends interstate, but yeah, loved ones, just to even be a better person for myself, like to live more fully. And I think a regulated nervous system is really important in that. I also wanted to touch on that I have the second book club next week, and I think that is another area which is scary because it's not necessarily going to lead to anything financially. Hopefully it does. I don't know what that looks like, but again, it was just taking a leap of faith and being like, I'm going to do this because it feels right in my body and I'm going to see it through, even though I only 99% do things. These I'm going to see through, and I think telling you all about it has helped hold me accountable because I'm like, well, now I have to actually do it. So I have the second one next week. I think like 36 people have RSVP'd that they might be coming, which is way too many for the room, but that's fine. We'll deal with that if and when it's an issue. I'm also going to be looking at a second location tomorrow for doing a day book club. There's a community about 20 minutes from here that also want me to host one for them, but around here there's a lot of wildlife and it's really prominent at night, and unfortunately you see it a lot. There's a lot of roadkill, and so a lot of people don't drive at night, which is totally understandable. So they would like a daytime option, so I'm looking at hosting it in the next town over on the weekend or something to help out those people and really just to be able to sit and read again. And if you don't know already, this book club is basically you just come, bring whatever book you're reading, and you sit and read in silence for an hour amongst other people. And then if you want to stay behind afterwards and connect, then you can. I also have a third location in mind, which would be a weekday morning option, but that would kind of bring me to nearly one a week. So yeah, I'm going to stick at that. I have also had glimpses of how this could become a monetized thing, which I know we shouldn't try to make money on everything, but I did hear a great saying in, I think it was a video that I was watching yesterday or something, that was like, I don't do budgets, I work out how to make more money, which I really liked. I'm like, I just need to learn how to make more money. So I have had this idea of having like maybe once a quarter a ticketed event which is a larger scale and potentially in the city or something at a really cool venue, and having really nice like live music or something. So yeah, there is potentially a way, and I don't know if I should be sharing all my secrets, but I think from looking at the statistics, most of you are in America anyway, so go ahead, go for it. And the more people enjoying reading and switching off from their phones, the better. So how that ties into my whole 99% done, I think it's just, worrying and overthinking things and just not taking action because I'm so scared that I'm just going to mess it up or that I'm not going to succeed. And so I just don't do things. And these little things like the book club, which it probably isn't even that little, is just proving to myself that I can do it. And now we've got the yoga teacher training, so that's gonna start on Thursday this week, and which was probably last week when you're watching this, but yeah, it's gonna be a couple of weeks. So hopefully I can share some of that journey with you all and just what I learn. If you're interested, if you are interested, let me know below. That would be really cool. If you want to hear about what I'm learning and have me share. Also, this is a great time to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. This is a very small channel. I am working on getting affiliates that really align with me, but in order to do that, it would be great to have a few more subscribers and a few more views. So if you are getting value from this and want to share it with a friend, that would be amazing as well. Or share it on your social medias. I don't have social medias, so I don't share it myself. I put it on my Substack. And also, if you haven't looked at my Substack, I'd love it if you would go over there and check out my Substack too. I find writing easier, I think, than speaking to the camera. I find that I kind of just can channel what I want to get out really clearly and cohesively in writing rather than speaking. Sometimes I think I ramble and jumble and don't necessarily get my point across clearly when I'm talking, because my mind just wanders off. So yeah, if this has given you any value and you've appreciated it, I would really love to know, and anything you can do to share would be amazing for me. I think the final reminder I'll put at the end of this is done is better than perfect. So if you are like me and you have some projects out there that aren't finished and they're 99% done, either call it done if you can. Like if it's a painting or something, I've got a painting that I was going to go back and fix, but I haven't. So maybe I just call it done. So if you can call it done, do that. If not, go and finish it. Write it on a list. I challenge you actually this week, every day, just to write a list with just 3 things on it. It doesn't have to be that big. Like you can put hanging the washing, cooking pumpkin soup. Like my list today is literally, share it with you. Film YouTube video, which we're about to tick off, hang washing, do some yoga teacher training reading, make pumpkin soup, take a siesta. I've changed nap to siesta because it sounds fancier and for some reason it makes me feel less guilty saying siesta. Brainstorm and brain dump ways to make more money, get washing in, take a bath, and finish my laptop case. And then obviously I'll film the laptop case finishing and I'll add it on here at the end. So yeah, that's my list. But you can just put 3 things. My challenge to you would be put 3 things on a list every day for the next week. Make them as small as you want and get the joy out of ticking them off and feeling like you've achieved something. And I challenge you to put 1 unfinished project on there to get it done and just feel the satisfaction of actually getting it done and to show yourself that nothing went wrong. You were able to finish it. The world didn't fall apart. Maybe it's not 100% perfect, but you did it anyway. So good on you. And now we're going to cut to hopefully a finished project. And if it just ends here, I didn't get it done. Thank you so much.